Alright. That's a banger right here. Okay. I don't know why I'm collecting all this crap. What am I supposed to even be doing here?
Keep it together. I'll go for it.
Here goes. This one's for you. Too bright? Here he comes. One more shot.
Hang back.
Kinda in a rush, so...
That's that. Gotcha. Nothing to it. I got some nuts. Going in.
One more shot!
Time was never in doubt.
Alright, I'm not sure exactly where these two took off to, but
No second. To waste.
I'm coming!
No time to celebrate. You still holding up okay?
Yeah, feeling great actually. Could do this all day. It's like someone's pulling me up.
You've become one with the mountain. Say what?
Really? I did? Hey! Thanks for having me!
The hell are you doing, Red? Relax. It happens to all new climbers. If she passes out, I'll carry her.
Let's go!
That's that. It's on now. No. Is that it?
Here goes. Cut! One more shot! Get him!
Need to heal up. Let's finish this.
That was weird.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really... I'm not Catholic, so I don't know. But... Because that's... I know, and it's a Christian thing, but... I think Christians just kind of... You know, praise Jesus. I mean, you could say like blessings be with you. It blows my mind how, well, okay, let me kind of go off on a tangent for a second. Hold on, I gotta, there we go. So, it bugs me when atheists and people who aren't Christian celebrate Christmas. That irritates me. I don't know why. Especially, like, I'm not like what you would say, I'm a religious person. I mean, I do believe that there is a God because you can't get all this from nothing. So something had to create it. Something, you know, all the molecules that are out there everywhere had to be created by something. They just always weren't there. But when you have people that are like openly against Christianity and they celebrate Christmas, like, you're not a Christian. Why do you celebrate Christmas? That doesn't make any sense to me. That would be like, that would be like Pepsi celebrating the birth of Coca-Cola.
Hikers these days ain't got no manners. You greet each other. It's proper. Well, I'll be. Finally, folks who've got some manners. I don't get it. Tons of folks hiking up the mountain today, and not a one of them so much as nodded my way. Even tried calling out to a few sick-looking fellas all in black, and what did I get? Silence. Hikers these days never learn to greet each other or something.
I do know, I don't know how it is where you're at, Alsha, or not, sorry, Winnie. But here in America, they celebrate Easter with bunnies and eggs. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that those are remnants from an old religion. Those are actually remnants from a pagan religion. It's like it was the spring solstice, the fertility solstice. It was like the celebration of fertility, right? I don't know if that's exactly what it is. I'm not like really up to speed with my paganism, but so here's what I don't get either. Because I'll criticize both sides of the aisle. When Christians, because I've been ridiculed a lot by Christians that are like, oh, well, we don't celebrate Easter with bunnies and eggs. But then I'll go, okay, but you celebrate Christmas with the Christmas tree, right? What the hell does a Christmas tree have to do with Christmas? It doesn't have anything to do with Christmas. It's actually a remnant from an old religion. The Christmas tree itself is a remnant from Saturnalia, the pagan winter solstice celebration. So why are Christmas trees okay, but bunny rabbits and eggs aren't? That's, you know what I mean? That's kind of hypocritical to me. But what a lot of people don't know is that Jesus was actually born in the summertime. His birthday was moved by the Roman Catholic Church to cover up and coincide the pagan celebration for the winter solstice called Saturnalia. And that's why we have Christmas trees, is because that's basically the predecessor to that celebration. Christmas trees didn't have anything to do with Christmas. It was just a remnant from the old days. And that's why we use I think the rabbits and the eggs, because it has something to do with fertility and praising the fertility goddess and all that. I don't know too much about the Easter side of it, but here's one thing I don't get either. What really trips me out is when people say that Jesus was not a real person. This is one thing that always gets me laughing. Whether Jesus is the Son of God or not, whether he was just a normal human being that could do magic tricks, or or he is the Son of God, it doesn't matter. We have physical evidence that says that he was a real person. Not only do we have eyewitness testimony, but we have eyewitness testimony from people all over the world, right? Even the Eddas in Viking folklore mention Jesus Christ. That one of the guys. So in Edda and Asatru is like Viking folklore, Norse mythology, right? So an Edda would be equivalent to like a book in the Bible. It's a story that was written by a person from their perspective. But there is an Edda in the book of Asatru that was written by a guy that actually encountered Jesus Christ. Now, his perception was that he was just a very good magician type person, but nonetheless, this book still said that he was real. He existed. He was there. Even Muslims admit that he exists, and there are a lot of Indian philosophers, not American Indian. There are a lot of like Sikh prophets who have mentioned that they had come across Jesus and his teachings when he was still alive. I don't know the exact names and the dates and all that. But like we even have the Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin is what his body was wrapped up in when they dumped him in the cave. But there are people that out there that are like, no, he never existed. He was never. It's like people that say Santa Claus was never a real person. And no, I'm not talking about a jolly fat guy riding around on a reindeer. Santa Claus was actually a real person back in the day. And his name was Saint Nick. And he was a, what do you call it when he was like a wood whittler? And every Christmas he would make toys for all the kids in his village in Germania. Or not Germania, Germania, it was some Slavic nation. Because his name was Nikolai. Patron Nikolai. Saint Nikolai, I don't know, something like that. But I know that he was a toy maker or a wood whittler, and every Christmas he would whittle toys, wooden toys, for all the kids in his village. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer isn't actually one of the original reindeer. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer started off as a department store ad. So here in America, we used to have a department store called Montgomery Ward. Think of like Target or Sears or Walmart. It was like that with an automotive center. They sold bikes and they sold power, like Black & Decker. No, not Black & Decker was Sears. But they were a department store that sold like clothes and power tools, and it was like a one-stop shop. They sold everything but food. Bicycles, power tools, skateboards, clothes, you name it, you got it. Well, In like the 1930s, they created an ad featuring a red-nosed reindeer to boost sales during the holiday season, and that's where we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. How he became a part of like mainstream culture, I don't know, but I know he started off as a department store ad. St. Patrick, what? Well, I mean, it's not even just the disciples and the apostles. There have been people from all cultures and all religions throughout history that have confirmed his existence. And another thing, this really trips me out. I think it's a mountain range in Istanbul, in a Turkish mountain range, or it's somewhere. I want to say, I'm almost positive it's Turkey. Maybe it's like Pakistan, but in a mountain range in that part of the world, there is a huge wooden vessel that actually fits the description of Noah's Ark, but nobody is allowed to go in because it's considered sacred ground. So nobody can go in and test it. All they have are aerial photos of it, but the dimensions of it are exactly what are mentioned in the Bible as Noah's Ark. Now, what a lot of scientists have found out was that maybe the whole world didn't flood, but there is major evidence leading to that part of the world flooding like a motherfucker about 5,000 years ago. Like, even in the Mediterranean and all that stuff, there is a lot of evidence of waters being really high and a lot of that part of the world being underwater for an extended period of time. So, one theory that I thought was pretty interesting was that the asteroid that hit the Gulf of Mexico that killed the dinosaurs actually caused all the water to push outward, right? And that's how a lot of the people, so when it hit, boom, it blew a huge chunk of all that water over towards like Africa and Europe, and going into like the Mediterranean and the Red Sea and the Middle East and all that. And then because the asteroid hits, it forces all the water. Basically, it creates a huge tsunami. Tsunamis ever in history, and it pushes all the water in the Atlantic Ocean over towards like Europe and Africa and all that. And eventually, over time, the water started to all come back in. It's like throwing a rock in a pond, but on a way bigger scale. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that was a theory that somebody had written online, that they think the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs is what caused the flooding in that part of the world, because that the same evidence for that flooding doesn't exist over here. So what they think is the comet that hit shoved all our water over here, over there, and then, as the world started to balance back out, the water all started to flow back into the Atlantic Ocean. I thought that was a pretty cool little theory. I try not to talk about religion too much, just because it's a hot button with a lot of people. I've known a lot of Muslims throughout my life. I've known a lot of Sikh people throughout my life, and I've known a lot of Christians throughout my life. And one thing that drives me nuts is when people start fighting about religion. Because to me, all religions, down to their core, say the same shit. Be nice to your fellow man. Treat other people with respect. Don't cheat on your spouse. And don't grape, murder, and kill. Well, no, not the kill part. Because in every religious text I've ever read, it's always justifiable to defend yourself by any means necessary. But to murder in cold blood. And kill is a very vast word. Okay, blizzard. No!
You ready? Let's do this. Feeling good. Shatter. Need a breather. It's over. You're up.
I'll take care of them. Go on. And stop it.
Fight through it. Calling won't last long. Shatter. I won't give up.
Okay.
You're mine. All done.
Dude, I still haven't seen where this is at. You said it's on Apple TV?
Seriously. Take the lead. Follow my lead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's over. I have
Dude, I have not felt good for the past couple of days, man.
What if she runs?
Uh-oh. Think the others are okay?
We'll see.
I'm excited for April, but for a different reason.
Moving on then.
I don't know what it is, man. The past couple of days I've been super tired. Like, super tired. My bones have been hurting. The Holy Week? You mean like... You mean like right now? Well, wouldn't the Passion be right now, too? I know the Passion is afterward. You know, one thing that kind of gets me? The universe is huge. Like, we as human beings can't even begin to fathom how big the universe actually is. And what I mean by that... Okay, watch this. Actually, wait, okay. So, about 10 years ago, I had to do some anger management, right? And one day, my counselor asked me a question that really tripped me out, and it boggled my mind, and I couldn't, like, it was such a... found it. So, he was trying to teach me about perception, and typically when you go into like a lot of things that are geared towards some sort of rehabilitation, one thing that they always talk about is ego, right? Whether it's like NA or AA or anger management, or even in most religions, you know, whether it's the Nation of Islam or Christianity or Catholicism or Hinduism, a lot of them talk about ego. and how your ego interferes a lot of the times with your relationship with whatever higher power is in that said religion. Okay, so he was sitting there talking to me, and he was like, a lot of times we as human beings, we get this thing where our pride makes us feel like we're this enormously huge thing. Like our actions somehow, in some way, have some relevancy on the entire universe as a whole. And it doesn't. We're just like specks of dust floating around that in the grand scheme of things as a whole, we and the decisions that we make every day are totally pointless. They mean nothing because they're so small and insignificant. But he was like, look at a flea, the little tiny bug that lives on cats and dogs. A flea is small, right? When you look at the flea is a tiny. It's a little tiny bug. Like you can't even see its eyes. It's so small. Well, fleas actually have scales on them. When you look at them under a microscope, they look almost reptilian. Like they have genuine scales on their backs. Now, underneath those scales, crawling around, are even smaller organisms that clean up the dead skin off the flea's back. Now, do you think that the flea, in the eyes of that little tiny thing underneath the flea's scales, is big or small in the eyes of that insect? And I was like, well, I would imagine that little insect probably thinks the fleas are huge. You know what I mean? Because they're crawling around under scales. Now he's like, okay, now apply that to the universe as a whole, right? Here we are, human beings. We think, like we, for some reason, think that the world is much smaller than it actually is. Like we, in our thought processes, have no understanding how big our world actually is on a grand scale. But in the grand scheme of things, our planet is extremely small. When you compare it to things like the sun and all that, are like they say, what, 1,000 Earths could fit inside the sun? That is wild to me. Okay, now, our star is actually extremely small for a star. Most stars out in the universe are very big, very big. Comparing our sun to a lot of other stars out in the universe would be like comparing our Earth to the sun. Or maybe even smaller, comparing like a flea to a beach ball. Like, that's how much of a difference it makes. But to us, the sun is incredibly fucking huge. Okay, so he started talking about, we start to overinflate ourselves, and like we become these almost like godlike people inside of our own minds, and it interferes with everything. But once you can start to let that shit go. Anyway, so my original point was, the universe is monstrously huge. Just like that little tiny parasite under the flea's scales probably has no idea that we even exist because it's so fucking small, it can't even perceive us. Look at the universe as a whole. What if, in all reality, our entire universe was the equivalent of some molecule in some bigger being, right? Now, if our universe is actually that big, what would the creator of everything care about us so much? And how would he even have the authority to come down here and see us? If the universe is actually that big, then we're not even specks of dust. We don't even register as specks of dust flying around. Our universe, our solar system, doesn't even equate to a speck of dust floating around. Like, that's how big the universe can get. But because I asked my counselor this question, if our universe is really that big, then what the fuck do we matter? And how does that being even know we're here, or how would that being even communicate with us? That would be like us trying to find that bug underneath the scales on a flea's back without microscopes. Like, and his answer was, that's why we have. Well, that's where the whole idea behind Christianity came from. Is that was him communicating with us. And I thought that was kind of cool. I thought I had him. I was like, I gotcha. You can't answer that question. But he answered that question, and I'm not going to lie, it pissed me off. Because I was like, I got this motherfucker. He ain't going to be able to answer this question. He ain't going to be able to. I got him. I outsmarted his ass. No. I'm not going to lie, it really pissed me off. Because I was at a point in my life where I didn't care what you believe. I needed to prove you wrong. I didn't even care if I believed the same shit you believed. I needed to prove you wrong. Because I used to love to argue. A good argument always feels really good. Especially when you start laying into each other. Like, you fucking piece of shit. I understand now that that's incredibly unhealthy. And I try not to do that anymore. And sometimes I say off the wall shit to try to engage in an argument with people, but they don't want to argue with me.
Out you go.
Motherfuckers.
Again? Well, look who it is.
You here to pick a fight?
What? Oh, no. Just dropping off some unruly passengers. They were fine when we left Junon, and then they weren't. So, here we are. Don't know why. One minute they were okay, and the next... whatever. This is way above my pay grade.
So, that's it?
Well, since you're here... We'd love to stay and chat, but Brood and I are busy people. She'll be more than happy to keep you company, though.
Now play nice, shitbirds.
Keep it together.
That's it!
You ready?
Here goes! One more shot! You can do it!
I got this.
Oh yeah, I turned down the music a little bit. Oh shit. Okay, lightning and arrow. Yeah, I had to turn down the music because it felt like it was coming from my brain. Okay, lightning and arrow, lightning and arrow. We'll try thunder first. See how much damage we're looking at. Not a lot. Let's try arrow. A little bit better. A little bit better. Aerith. Give me prey. Give me prey.
Go for it, guys.
Oh shit! Whoa, that hurts. That hurts. That hurt. Spell cure.
All good.
Spell cure.
Go for it.
I'll take care of him. This one's for you. That's it. Stop it! This might be it.
Come on.
Cloud,
On it.
try using it. Crushed it. Ha! Here it comes. One more. They're hurt. Let's go to work. This one's for you. Okay, go on. One more shot. That's it. This one's for you.
Damn it.
Get him. There.
God damn.
Let the winds caress you. Everything's spinning.
Time to
One
bring
more
it down.
shot. Go on. This one's for you. It's your turn.
My turn. Calling wind.
It's aiming at you.
Not for long, it isn't. Let's finish this. Roar! You're mine. Eric!
Here it comes. This one's for you.
Good timing.
This one's for you. We gotta give it our all.
Storm's coming. Nothing personal.
Oh, that scumbag.
Don't overdo it. You ready?
I'll show you what I can do.
One more shot. Go on.
You'll feel
Time to bring it down.
This one's for you. Get him.
your eyes open.
All the time. Gotta stay. Follow my lead. Focus.
Here goes.
Stay strong, okay?
That's it. This one. Get him. One more shot.
That was unreal.
Let's finish this. You okay? Going in. So long. You're done.
What a team! Guess the Turks are back on duty, huh?
Wish they'd all be on vacation.
Come on. We need to find the others.
Oh crap, I just got a couple more minutes. And I need to take my happy ass to bed.
The next order of business is the Magnus Materia Project.
So check this out. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Simultaneous energy spikes were detected in Mako reactors across the
So
world. After analyzing the data from
these two fingers right here
the spikes stem from
kept
the
getting
erratic
smashed over and
physics,
over again. In fact, the past year,
life form.
just repeatedly smashed over and over and over again, to the point where I had fingernails, like a fingernail growing under a fingernail, growing under a fingernail.
They supposedly appear
That's because I
when the
kept
planet
smashing them
is
up here above the finger line,
And each one carries an enormous
or the
orb of
fingernail line,
materia.
so it would separate under the skin, and then a new one would grow in underneath it, and then it would happen again, right? So this one, I finally cut the top two off, right, which hurt. That hurt bad, because I had to peel it off my finger. Anyway, so the very bottom one that was growing, there was moisture trapped underneath because there was a gap where it had separated, so water kept getting into it, and it made this one super like soggy, right? Because there was water trapped under both the other fingernails into this one, right? So when I finally cut these ones out and this one dried up, it basically just, it dried, you know, like when you have an area that has water and then the water goes away, the dirt cracks and dries. It's basically what that fingernail did on the bottom. And now the skin that's under the fingernail is like cracking and tearing apart because it's drying up from the lack of moisture, and it fucking hurts so bad. Like, I've broken knuckles and shit. I've had my jaw broken. I've been hit by cars. And it's the little shit like this that drives you nuts. And it itches too, so it hurts and it itches. I want to scratch it.
I'll need troops.
but it's like that raw meat under your fingernail, so when I go to scratch it, it hurts.
Mr. President,
Yes.
there's a question I never had the chance to ask your father. Perhaps you could speak on his behalf. We used Avalanche's activities as a cover to sabotage our own reactors and destroy Sector 7. Your father assured us these acts were in service to the Neo-Midgar project. However, the fact remains that we have yet to locate the promised land of legend, or even confirm if it actually exists.
Great though he was, my father was old. And in his dotage, he became rash. But while we're on the subject, there's something I've been meaning to ask all of you regarding those decisions.
Look at Hiddegar.
Why is it that none of you even tried to stop him? Shinra must change. We must break new ground, grow stronger, smarter, observe, adapt, expand, control. My father built his empire with your loyal support, and I demand the same. I expect you all to prove
I don't know
that
if you
are
guys have
devoted
ever had
not
this
only to
happen,
company, to
but
me.
when you smash a finger really hard and blood starts to form under the fingernail and your finger starts to swell up. So what we had to do when I was a kid, you take a needle, right, and you heat it up, and then you poke it through the fingernail and all the blood will come squirting out.
Yeah?
Let me in.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Just because I had a hard time sleeping last night. My wife is like a heater, and she's giving off a lot of heat because she's like 5 months pregnant right now, so she's just like an oven. And then my son just was not wanting to go to sleep last night, and he kept tossing and turning, and at one point he kicked me in the nuts, and it was just a long night. And I only got like 2 hours of sleep last night. I wish I would have got some more footage in because I wanted to do some Rise of the Ronin as well. But, yeah, dude, as soon as I got home, I wasn't feeling good, and I sat down in my chair, and I fell asleep for a couple hours. I just, all day today, I have not really felt that good. Like, the joints in my arms and my back are sore. I'm kind of tripping right now because I'm really hoping I'm not getting sick. I hope it's just like a lack of sleep thing. I will find out tomorrow. But, you know, I want to thank all you guys for stopping by. You know, I always do enjoy it when you guys stop by and the conversations that you guys talk about. But I will definitely be back tomorrow evening with some more Final Fantasy VII and hopefully some Rise of the Ronin as well. I don't know. I have a class tomorrow night, so we'll see what we can get in. I also have some shit in Helldivers I need to do with my squad and some stuff in Skull and Bones as well. But with that being said, I hope you guys all have an excellent night. If I don't see you again over the weekend, I hope you guys have a happy and safe Easter. Remember, try not to drive as much as possible. If you guys don't have to drive, don't. Typically on holidays, especially here in America, drunk driving accidents and fatalities tend to go up. Just because, you know, the holidays are hard for a lot of people. But, you know, just be safe. So, you guys have an excellent night, and I will catch you guys all again tomorrow. Peace.